Jar Jar Binks would be so annoying. He's like,
Oh, Alex, hello! Me so happy you are here with me, with you.
hey everybody, welcome back to a brand new video where today we are playing Would You Rather, the game where you must choose this or that because they are gonna be very tricky options. And first up, we're gonna get right into it. So would you rather master every programming language or master every spoken language? Now that means that you could learn C++, that's one, Java, anything really to make a game, software, and you'd know how to do it. You'd know off the top of your head to make any program or game you wanted, which is pretty sweet, I think. Or master every spoken language, so you could go on holiday somewhere. Bam, you know how to say, can I have 5 hot dogs, please? Don't know where you want 5 hot dogs? You probably have 5 friends around who really like hot dogs, or maybe 4 friends, and you're having a hot dog too. But I digress. I'm gonna choose master every programming language because I love making games. That's what I do as a hobby. So I want to do that and be super awesome and master. 22% said that. 78% would rather say, je suis français. That may be right. That may be wrong. Would you rather have a giant birthmark covering 78% of your face or have 2-foot tail? So a 2-foot tail would be, that's like 1 foot, and then 2 foot. Depends though. Is it going to be like a cat's tail, or is it going to be like a human tail? Because people do have tails. They're like that long at most, but they're just like weird skin nubs. So what would you want? Would you want the birthmark covering 78%? How would the birthmark look? Would it be cool, like symmetrical on the face? Would it just be dots or something? Would it be halfway down? Well, 78%, so that's almost 80%. That's, what, 4/5 of your face. Math with Alex. I'd probably say the 2-foot tail thing. I think that is a bit cooler than the birthmark thing, but it depends what the birthmark would look like, though. If it was like if it was like stripes on the face, I'm an idiot. I'm gonna give myself a scar on my face if I keep smacking every video I hit myself in the face. I almost skipped it, but I'm gonna go with have a 2-foot tail. And it says cannot be removed. So there we go, 80% agree, and I'm not surprised because having a tail, you'll be able to hang on some bars. Oh no, you wouldn't be able to sit down properly, or you might. All of your pants would have to have a hole at the back so your tail could go through. I don't know, that seems pretty fun. Would you rather be an excellent singer or be a superb writer? You know, if you're an excellent singer, then there's a higher chance that you could become famous, right? But if you're a superb writer, then you could also become famous because you could write an amazing book, TV show, movie. You could do the best things. I don't know. And it says at the bottom, you can't see this, but it says either would be emotionally stirring. So you'd be able to really get people's hearts a pumping. I would say a superb writer because again, I want to move into films at some point, do some movie stuff. If I ever get the chance, I mean, that's probably decades away, but that's what I want to do. So be a superb writer gets me there and I'd be able to write some cool books, movies, TV shows, anything I like, and it would be superb. So let's go with that. More people want to sing. Well, those I don't agree with clearly, as 38% of us said superb writer. Well. Would you rather have bright blue hair or have bright blue teeth? Well, it also says you cannot dye or cover up either. If you have blue hair, you may not cut it either. So you have blue hair forever. Or bright blue teeth. That would not be a good look. I would definitely say the hair. Because who would want bright blue teeth? I mean, it would look like you just have gross stuff on your teeth constantly. Ooh. But blue hair, that's a trend nowadays anyway. Everyone has dyed hair. Well, not everyone. Most people, a lot of people have dyed hair. I had dyed hair last year for most of it. So I'm going to definitely go with blue hair. And 89% of people agree. Before we move on, would you rather subscribe to Alex's channel or subscribe to Alex's channel? It's one of the two, you can only pick one of them. So I would choose subscribe to Alex's channel, and you guys should too. So click that button and we'll move on. Would you rather have an uncontrollable itch that attacks at sporadic times or always have chapped lips? Now, I always have chapped lips anyway. I could put chapstick on. I hate the feeling of it. It's like slime on my lips. Not good. So I always just lick them occasionally and it seems to work enough, but that's what I have to deal with. So I mean, I already have that. And it also says you can't use chapstick to soothe. I mean, that's just me anyway. It's always weird when you get a would you rather where it's the actual life right now. I don't want to right click on things. Don't make me right click on things. And have an uncontrollable itch that attacks at sporadic times. Uncontrollable, unsoothable. I'll say have chapped lips because bam, that's it. 50-50 pretty much. I think the itch is far worse because if you're sat in like a theater show or something or a cinema and you get the itch, you're like, great. And it would be so annoying you wouldn't be able to scratch it because it's uncontrollable. Would you rather have a Jello room or have a pillow room? I would say pillow room, hands down, without even thinking, no question, a pillow room, because I would run in, I would dive, bam, on the pillows, soft, fall asleep, read a book, play video games, anything. But a Jello room is the room made out of Jello, it's the floor made out of Jello, and at some point you'd get sick of the Jello. You don't have to eat the pillows, you probably would have to eat the Jello, right? And the Jello would get dirty with the people coming in, gross, not good. Pillow room, there we go, 66%. Oh yes. Would you rather have a Pinocchio nose or have Dumbo ears? Tough one. Ears, Dumbo ears would be like that, but you'd be able to fly. So there's a bonus to that. Or have a Pinocchio nose, meaning you can never tell a lie, because if you tell a lie, let me do that again. If you tell a lie, it goes out to like there, right? That would be annoying because what could you do? You could be in hospital, you can't breathe properly. I actually had this happen to me a couple months back. You could be in hospital, you can't breathe properly, you have a mask on your face. You say, are you feeling better? And because you want to say yeah, you're like, yep, and then the mask comes off and then boing, smacks you back in the face. Really specific scenario that. Or if you have a Pinocchio nose and you're on the tube, on the underground, on a train, closed space, in an elevator, so you have to tell a lie about something. There's no room. There's no room for that nose to go anywhere. So I'm going to say Dumbo ears, because then you can hear a lot and you can fly. So, I mean, best of both worlds there, isn't it? 51% agree. That is a half-half pretty much there, which is quite surprising to me. I would have thought that one of them would have been way higher than the other, but apparently not. Would you rather have Robin from Batman as a sidekick or have Jar Jar Binks from Star Wars as a sidekick? Obviously, everyone here is going to say Robin from Batman because Jar Jar Binks would be so annoying. He's like,
Oh, Alex, hello!
sounds more like Stitch, but
Me so happy you are here with me, with you.
that's my Jar Jar Binks impression. Used to do it a lot better than that. Can't really remember any lines that he says. But that's okay. I'm choosing Robin anyway. 72%. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I don't need no front-flipping alien creature who was kicked out of his city. Would you rather shrink to 1 inch or grow to 3 stories? Well, 3 stories is pretty high. That's pretty high. Don't know what that would be in meters, but 1 inch. 1 inch or 3 stories? Would you be able to go back and forth between those? Because that kind of assists in the story here, doesn't it? Let's say you can go back and forth. Would you rather go to 3 stories or 1 inch? Well, if you went to 1 inch, you wouldn't have to spend much on food, right? Because you could just have a tiny crumb of something and then great, you're good to go. But then if you go back to normal, are you hungry again? Are you not hungry again? I don't know, that's a tricky one. But growing to 3 stories, your clothes would fall off. They would as well. If you shrink to 1 inch, you'd go naked. Let's say the clothes stay on as well. So you're big, you've got clothes on, you can't eat anything really, and you could probably eat like whole animals. You just grab a pig, down and go there. That would solve the problem. But then if you shrink back down again, does the pig also get shrunk? Or do you now look pregnant with a pig? That's the problem. Also, shrinking to 1 inch seems like a bit dangerous, right? Because you can get squished real easy and then you're dead. You're dead just like that. But growing to 3 stories may scare the army and the police and stuff. I'm gonna say that one. 52%. It's almost a half-half there. I'm surprised yet again. Would you rather be able to fly up to 5 meters off the ground or have a magic carpet that can fly up to 50 meters off the ground? I guess if you could fly up to 5 meters off the ground, does it mean like the Earth's surface? Because you could fly off the ground onto something else, then onto something else, then onto something else, and you just keep going up. But then again, a magic carpet, you could fly up to 50 meters, so you'd be able to fly around everywhere. That would be the better thing. You could just whiz off to wherever you like. Doesn't say how fast it goes though, but that's okay. We can invent it in our minds. It's imagination time. Would you rather have huge arms and weak legs or have huge legs and weak arms? Huh. That's a tough one. I don't know. Most people who do go to the gym a lot, they end up having huge arms and weak legs because they just think it's all about like the upper body stuff and they don't care about the legs. So they just end up having tiny little sticks for legs. Literally, they have sticks. They had their legs amputated. They have sticks put on. They're like Olaf from Frozen, where he just has sticks for the... Anyway, they have huge legs and weak arms. So cyclists, I guess, have that. They may not have weak arms, but I guess comparatively... big difference. I don't know, I would probably say the huge arms and weak legs because I think when you're like out in public and stuff, no one really looks at your like the way your legs look if they're looking at you at some point. So I'm gonna say that one. 52% agree. Wow, again, that's very close to a 50-50 there. I'm honestly surprised. Would you rather find a book about everything about the past or find a book about everything about the future? Well, I would obviously go for the about the future because you would know the lottery numbers, you would know what the inventions were, because it would probably say you invented everything, right? You could change the timeline because you know what the inventions are, you'd be able to see the patents for things, you could just submit someone else's work that they haven't invented yet, all for yourself, and then you would get the fame, you would get the fortune, you would be fantastic. Is that what Elon Musk has done? Is he found a book about the future because he's doing self-driving cars, he's doing Mars trips, rockets and stuff. He's bonkers. He's a future man. He's science man. I'm going to say the future, obviously. 24% of people want to know about the past. I guess know everything. You'd know how the universe began solidly. You'd know what was before the universe. You would know secrets about like Atlantis. Whatever happened to that? Oh, it's pretty cool, but I would definitely say the future one tops it a bajillion times still. Would you rather be smart and unlucky or be dumb and really lucky? Well, if you're dumb and really lucky, chances are you may not know how to use the opportunities that come up to you from being lucky. So like you could win the lottery but you're dumb so you lost your ticket. See, it's that type of thing. Or be smart and unlucky. But then again, I guess if you lose your ticket you're unlucky, which counteracts the lucky part, but you're dumb so you lose the ticket so you're not lucky. How does that work, huh? Or be smart and unlucky. I mean, I feel like one of those is me anyway. I don't know which one's me. It could be either. But I'll say smart and unlucky because luck doesn't really have much to do with life things. Like if you go for a job interview, it's not really based on luck, is it? It's based on you. So I would say that one. But more people say dumb and really lucky. Well, I don't know. What is the option really there? Only use a Mac or only use a Windows PC? Now, I have used both, and recently I had to borrow my dad's Mac, and I hadn't used one in years. I hated it. I couldn't do it. I couldn't get to grips with it. I've known a PC for my life. I use a PC for recording. That's what I'm on right now, and it's fantastic. I love it. It's simple. A Mac, everything's different. There's buttons in the wrong places. The keyboard doesn't have the normal stuff on it. It just confuses me a lot. So I'm going to say PC because more things are available on PC as well. There we go, 63%. So guys, that is actually going to end the video today. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And also, I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.